Hello, and welcome to the 3D modeling tutorial type thing. If you're wondering about the other two tutorials, those were basic, you can just call them beta type things. That was me trying to get the kinks out of everything, and I couldn't get the audio right, so I ended up being horrible and terrible, and it was horrible and terrible, and you can hate me for it later. But right now, what we're going to do is I'm going to put you through, I'm basically going to try and teach you how to create a 3D model the best way I can. If a lot of you are wondering how I got to 2-point perspective, where I only have two stages on my thing that show the same thing, you go to views, and then you go to viewport configurations, and then you go right to layout, and then you can just you can have one, two, top, bottom, one's higher than the other. You can have it the top's higher than the other, or you can have it like 4 viewpoints, which is the regular, or you can have it like 1,000 different ways. Anyway, what we might be making today is a sword, a gun, or some kind of object. I am not quite sure. We might just go with a spear of some kind, just for the hell of it, because it's easy. Or we might just we're gonna go for a non-organic object. So you know what? We're gonna do one now. To get to this, you see this sun here? You see this little sun here? This is the create button. Now, to create things, you cannot spawn them from like Mudbox or something, or else it just becomes ridiculous. What you have to do, you don't have to do it, but it's a lot easier. You can go to this thing, this little sun thing that looks like a sun, and you can press this, and then you go to geometry, and you get like box, sphere, cylinder, torus, teapot, all that type of stuff. I'll teach you about all that stuff later. But right now, we're going to go to cylinder. We're going to zoom in here. We're going to zoom in here. Now, to zoom like I do with my mouse, you hold Control and Alt, and that allows you to zoom in and out. Alright, we'll stop that. And to rotate, you can use Alt and whatnot, but it's not going to work very well because we don't have an actual object in the scene. Like, it sort of turns it into a weird perspective. And it looks real weird on my screen. It looks really weird on my screen. It might look completely different on yours, but that's just the perspective my computer decided to choose. And... Uh-oh. Now, as I was saying, if this just jumped to this... If it the video stopped and jumped to this mid video, that's my fault. I had F3. It's F3 to go in to fill in the mesh, so you're not into wireframe mode anymore. If you are, just press F3 and you'll go right in. You go into you'll go right out of wireframe mode. So let's see. Where were we? Ah, yes. Now, here you can adjust the height and whatnot, but right now, let's just have it at a stable 70. And let's give the radius a stable, 3. Give it a 3. Make the radius a 3. Alright, let's make the radius a 3. And you know what? Screw it. We're going to give the radius a 2. And we're going to give the height a 50. Because we don't want because this is going to be the handle of our hammer. Of our sword, I'm sorry. Different video still caught in my head. Anyway, this is going to be the handle of our sword. And we want all the players in place first. So we're going to have 2 boxes. One here. And one over here. It doesn't really matter if you want a box. If you want another cylinder and you want to go for that, then go for it. I don't really care. It's not prudent. But for this exercise, we're going to be using boxes and whatnot. We're going to be using these boxes as our main thing. Now, let's adjust it. Let's move it a bit. No, to move stuff, you use this. See, I told you. I'm going to teach you this stuff as we're doing it, so don't be surprised. This is to move stuff. The arrows are to move, the circle is to rotate, and the square turning into a bigger square is to make it huge and whatnot. And to undo anything you did within a certain period of time, Control Z will be your thing, and that's wrong. Hold on. Yeah, Alt X will be your X-ray mode, which will it's almost like wireframe mode except without this. Without all of your objects turning into wireframe, and then after everything just gets really confusing. And you're just like, what the hell am I doing? So yeah. So if you don't want this for all your objects, and you don't want to work with that, and you want to actually see what actually happens with your object, keep wireframe off. It'll even tell you wireframe and then realistic edge faces type thing. It'll tell you when you're in wireframe. All you need to do is look at the top. So now that we've done that, this is going to be our hilt. I think that's what they call it. Is that what they call it? Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. If I was just plain stupid when I said this is going to be our hilt, because I don't know what a hilt is called. I don't know what a proper hilt is called, and I'm gonna try and give you a round number here because this is kind of how I do it is weird. I find the right point from which it looks fine, it looks fair, and it looks good. Where most will be like, what are you doing? You're not using math. It's horrible. You're a horrible human being. And some of you are probably gonna be like, he's a horrible human being. Why isn't he using math? Because I don't use math. I don't use that stuff to do stuff with. Meh. Like I said, to rotate around an object like I'm doing now, it's Alt, and to like move around the object, all you have to do is hold the wheel. I don't know how it is for everyone else. It could be like separate things. Hold on, I'm gonna try something. No, that didn't work. That didn't work. That also, if you find you cannot do anything, hold on. If you find for any reason you press X and you press a button and you cannot do anything, that is because this is locked. Because if it turns into this, hold on, if it turns into where it's locked like that, or you deselect it and you lock it, or you have something selected and you press enter and you can't touch anything else, you can't freaking, you can only do this and you can't touch anything else within the object, that's because you press space. If you haven't pressed anything else and you can press space all you want. You can even, I hope you can hear that, but you can't, if you have nothing selected, you can't press, and you press space, nothing will happen. Only if you have an object selected and you press space will redundancies happen within a perimeter. Uh-oh. X, there we go. Also, if you happen to do what I just did, if you press X, it gets rid of those little guideline things. So you end up going, what is happening? Why is this happening to me? But anyway, that doesn't look like a very good hilt. Hold on. Oh, that's why. My thing's going into the floor. Oh, okay. And you go up. Actually, you know what? Let's even things out. Let's put everything to 0. Yeah, everything's to 0. Everything's zeroed out. If you want everything to be fine, you zero everything out. You just zero, and then if you don't want to zero out your square, so it's right on, so it's like going through the object, you slowly place it on top. That's sort of like something convenient you can do with that won't punish you. So we're gonna give it a width of 7. Gonna give it a thing of 10, maybe, because it's already almost there, anyways. Yeah, 10, and we'll give it. Okay, so if you want, the length is going to be 10, the width is going to be 7, and the height is going to be 2. I may adjust it later. Actually, I might adjust it now because that looks freaking terrible. Wait, we could be making a broadsword. Okay. Broadswords are usually like that. They're usually ridiculous like that. Like they have a huge hilt on it, and it's just ridiculous. Yeah, broadsword. Okay, it's gonna be a huge broadsword. There we go. Okay, there. We settled it. All right, now that that's settled, this has to have a height of extreme measured, since it's apparent, since we've already decided it's going to be a broadsword. You should make it almost like the thickness of the back should represent what the thickness of the back of end of a sword would be. If it's going to be both sides, you have to do this, or else it's just going to look weird. So we want it to be a broadsword, so it's going to be pretty thick like that. And the length is too long, so right about there. So it's going to be a 13, a 2, and just for namesake, because it's already close to there anyways, a 86. There. We have our thing. How big is this thing going to be compared to the rest of the thing? Let's zero everything off. And then let's bring her down. I'm not going to show you how to use bending tools. If any of you are going to be asking that, I'm not. If any of you are wondering that and want to know why I'm not going to show you any bending techniques in this video, it's because our sword is going to be straight. I will try and because if a lot of you have watched my other two videos, you're gonna see like I use the bending modifier to turn it into something weird and to bend it so that you get a blade on it. But this is going to be actually, we're going to make cloud sword. So yeah, this is basically, actually, I think I have a cloud sword here. Yeah. So we're going to make the hilt. See, you have to do this. Like, this seems tedious. It seems like, oh, well, why should we do this? Well, you have to. It's a mandatory rule. You have to do this, or else you will literally hate yourself for it after. You have to make sure that everything is fine and that the width is perfect, or else you'll end up going, what the hell? Why is this happening? I don't understand. Oh God. Oh my God. This is it might work. Maybe. No, it's not gonna work. So back to 2. Width of 2, we're gonna make it a width of, because it has to overbear the hilt, so we can make it look like it was welded there, like it was naturally welded. And this has to be the same width as this, so that's gonna be a 4. So a 4 width. I'm sorry. I pressed the new rebound key I made for stop recording type thing. It's weird. Trust me. It's my fault. But like I said, we're going to have it at 4, and then we're going to have, oh God. Okay, yeah. Then we're going to have the length. What's the length of this? So we're going to have the length at 10. Because we're going to make a heavy cloud sword now. Because, like, well, the cloud sword is basically a heavy sword, except it's really freaking huge. It's massive. Oh, I need to Set my orientation. Yeah, that's gonna be massive. It's gonna be huge. You're all gonna like it, or else I'm going to kill you. Mwahahaha. Oh, that's actually clipping through. It's not good. Okay, there. Now, some people will go, oh, that's clipping through. What the hell? What the hell, man? What the hell? Well, if it's clipping through, actually that makes it look weird. So, no. Back. I'm going to make the width a little bit bigger. Because it has to be noticeable for, like, this. It has to be noticeable that the width is bigger than the sword. That the hilt is bigger than the sword. So that it's like, it gives it a sense of depth type thing. I am really bad at explaining why things need to be done. They just need to be done. There. That's the explanation. That's how I'm dealing with it. Now, for this, normally I just tell you to do like height segments for the round for like I go see these little round things, these round circle lines. I would originally tell you just to have it like a 2 segments. If I can get it there, goddamn. I would tell you to have it like 2 or 3 segments because that's where we're going to shape out the handle. But for the purposes of teaching you how to do stuff, this is one way of doing it. This is the freaking easy way. This is the easy way to do it. I'm going to show you the hard way. I'm teaching you the hard way to do these things. So, yeah, we're going to go to 1 segment because you can't go any lower than that. So, 1 segment, convert to edible mesh. You never put it to actually, I think it's edible poly, not edible mesh. I'm sorry. You never put it to the other ones because I'm not teaching you about that today. And I sort of don't know that much about edible mesh either. I'm still learning that stuff anyways. So, edible polys. See, all of those are polygons. Before we go anywhere with this, there is something I must tell you. Now, there are 2 ways you can botch this entire project we're doing up. The first way is that you do something really stupid called you create an inside polygon. Oh, this is just bugging the hell out of me. Good God. It's bugging the hell out of me. Okay, it's good. Fine. Alright, it's good. Now, there's 2 ways you can mess this up. The first one, you have way too many you have more polys than what you need. You always start off with the lowest poly count you get, and then you add polys as you go along. The second one is you end up creating an n-sided polygon, which if you are in a game design company, the guy who does textures will kill you. He will hate you for the rest of his life there. For the rest of the time you're working there. Any side-ended polygons is a fail. Like it's just you have failed to get to do anything if you turn that in. So let's see here. Edges. There we go. Now, let's see if it will do this for me, because sometimes this function is picky. It's either going to be ring, which it is. It's ring, thank God. See, ring will work sometimes. Loop will also work sometimes. But other times, it won't do it. Now, I will get to that when we get to that. What you want to do now is after you press ring, you want to go to connect. Do not press connect. Press the window thing, the thing that looks like a box beside it. You go to that, and it gives you an option. Now, let's see. Will it show it for me? It shows it right there, but it's... hold on, let me change the color. Let me change the color of the cylinder. There. Now. Ah, snap. Oh, good. It didn't change it. Alright, you see that? That red little sphere is is creating new polygons. Now, you just go to 2 and 3 because Actually, I guess we only need two because we have the other two right there. So yeah, two, two connecting edges, and then poof, you got another three sets of polygons you've just created. Congratulations, your father. Now, uh-oh. I didn't press X, did I? Yes, I did. Okay, up. See they. Oh, I nearly messed that up. You saw that, and you know I nearly messed it up. Loop. See daisy. Make it all look fancy. Place it here. Now, pardon me if I go mute for a second because I'm trying to do a whole bunch of really difficult, really complex, really I gotta remember stuff that I haven't remembered, which I should stuff type thing. So we do that, and please be bevel. It might be bevel. No. Get back here. Get back to 0. 0. Good size 0. It's not that. God dang it. Wait, I think I know what it is. Hold on. And this is going to hurt me a lot. Loop. And then I got to do this. Now, to select more than one thing, you hold control and then you press on the thing you want to select. Now, this is very good and all, but it does come with a steaming heap of problems. Now, if you forget to deselect this, like press anywhere, and you decide and you think, "Oh, well, I've just selected this loop here," and you don't see down below you've selected that loop. It is going to ruin your day, and you're going to wonder why it's doing that. No. Control Z. Alright, it's chamfer. It's chamfer. I forgot. See, even I can forget, and I'm the guy trying to teach you. Hardy har har. Chamfer. Yep, that's it. So I gotta do this. Loop. Move that guy up here. And then zoom in. Oh, God. Do 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 do. Oh my God. Yes, I will cough once in a while because it's very strainful talking to you people. And no, I don't mean bros. I don't mean any of that cute things that PewDiePie and the rest of the other people, YouTubers, do. Good God. Chamfer. There you. Oh my God. It's so small. Can you see? Oh my God. Did you see that? 0.5553. 0.5553. Jesus. Oh my God. Why is it doing that? I know why. I'm stupid. Hate me forever. You see how hard this is? You think you know something, and then it tells you differently. I forgot. You have to do these things separately. You can't select both of them. Selecting both of them will only make your life harder. Drink of water. debt. No, I do not have a timer on my thing. So I'll end up probably screwing this up perfect, almost perfect. Oh, I need more. There we go. No. Oh, I had it. I had it. There we go. 0508. That is almost beautiful. Almost. And I did something stupid again. Fuck. I keep messing up. It's just, it's just who I am. You gotta love me for who I am. And if you don't, then you can go straight to hell. You can literally go straight to hell. I'm not even joking about that. If you, all those trolls out there, you can go straight to hell. I don't care. You message me and you can go straight to hell. I don't care. I have had more horribleness in my life than you do. So, I finished it while I was ranting about this. Okay, chamfer. Then, oh my god, that looks hideous. There we go. Okay, that's fine. That looks organic, partially. Then you loop chamfer. Oh, no! I forgot. Yeah. I'm horrible. I'm a horrible person. I'm a horrible individual. I deserve to be killed and burned at the stake. Good God. Adjusting myself so I can be more comfy when I do this. Because apparently I'm more comfy when I do this. Let's see here. Yeah. Polygons. Yeah. You can do this because basically there's no complicated these. There's no complicated vertices, but I'll get to that later. So, we're going to, is it bevel? No, not bevel. I think it's bevel, actually. Nope, not bevel. Not whatsoever. Oh, god damn it. By local normal. Oh no. This is going to suck. Actually, it might not. Okay. That's actually what we want. That's actually what I want. That's what you want. You want extruded 0. It's 0.301. That's what you want. Okay. So you go like this, you shrink it down to 0.301. That's the exact thing you want. That's the exact measure you want. You press OK. It's all awesome. And then comes maybe the tricky part. Maybe. If I can remember how to do this properly, it won't be tricky at all. This loop chamfer. Nope, won't be tricky at all. What this does is it smooths it out so much. It just smooths it right out. That's exactly what I want. And it smooths it out to the last one. Now, if you have it to the last one, the thing will delete and disappear. As far as I know. As far as I know, it deletes and disappears. So you end up with a smooth surface. And it looks like it was made by, like, God or something. Religious people, don't hate me. I'm trying to provide some stuff. Chamfer. There we go. That's better. Okay, this and that's what you do. You just fluff it. You fluff it and make the bottom and top look smooth, and I messed that up. Make the bottom and top look smooth. Now, a lot of you are going to ask me why I don't loop it. This is the main reason why. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Looping for bottom stuff, I don't know why. I think it's because there's no polygons or anything below it. It won't work. Like, I have tried it multiple times in different scenarios. It just doesn't like me. Also, how I did that when I accidentally pressed one, you hold Alt and you select the thing you didn't want to select. And it just deselects it, leaving the rest of what you selected fine. It's a really good thing. It really helps you when you're doing horrible things like this and vertices. Chamfer. May want to make it really smooth. There we go. The butt end is really smooth. There we go. We have successfully created a handle for it. A handle for our really big Cloud Greatsword type thing. Cloud would be proud. Let's just put it that way. The Final Fantasy people would be proud. So deselect that because these aren't polygons yet. So take that. Convert to edible poly. Now this is going to be look a lot better than the Cloud Sword you see in the original Final Fantasy VII game because we're using good technology. And you're gonna find that it's fun playing with Turbo Smooth. Now, oh no, I didn't add very many polygons to this. Oh dear, might have to. Can I get it? Ah, yes. Now, you always add like 1 or 2 polygons to this just to be safe, so you have something to actually work with. That's 4. Make it there. There we go. All right, it's all fine now. It's all fine. There. Now we convert it to an edible poly, and now we do my favorite thing. Well, one of my favorite things. Well, it's almost a favorite thing. It's something. It's a good thing. Anyway, God, what was I supposed to do? God, you know what you're supposed to do, but you don't remember it until the very end. I'm gonna take these. No, I cannot use loop on these because it doesn't work. As I said, for some reason for some reasons or another. And yes, that's how you do it. But we pushed it a little bit too far. We want it to be partially indented. God damn it. Well, there, yeah, that's good. And I'll probably delete that the segment inside using wireframe, but we'll get to that when I get to that. That's unneeded polygons. So we have this. Now we have to smooth out the thing before we can, because you work your way up. The blade is the easiest part, so you do it last. You do the blade last. So we're gonna do some crazy stuff here. Some really crazy stuff with edges. No, we don't need to do the middle parts because they don't need to be edged out. They're not edges. They're not like the embodiment of the thing. Like things that are inside don't matter when it comes to smoothing out edges. They only matter during organic stuff. And the program will sometimes do that because it's stupid. The program is fucking stupid sometimes. Sorry for my language. No! Ah! Back up. Back. Oh my god. On. Holy cow. Sometimes that will happen. X. No! God. Great, we have a problem. Wait, I think I just fixed it. Yeah, I just fixed it. Okay, there we go. Sometimes that will happen, and you will hate yourself for it, and you won't understand why. It does happen. I've done it, like I just showed you. I did it, and I do it sometimes because 3ds Max is a really fickle lady. 3ds Max is fickle and has a short attention span, as Bedridge said, from the crazy art dude from BioShock. Boy, was he crazy. Now, let's see here. Yeah, that should be good. Chamfer. Ah! Now, you want to edge it small because we're dealing with a thing that has squares in it. Now, you see these things? You see these triangle things? These are fine. Don't worry about them. They're fine. They're just fine. If you want, you can make it even smoother, and that will partially prevent it from falling apart. Now, that is what it will look like if you turbo smooth it. We do not want that. That's something we don't want because we're going to leave it to the turbo smooth to deal with it. And that's fine. There. We have a smoothed out object type thing. The edges are smoothed out, so it's fine. Then you don't really need to do much of a hilt if you want to do something else with it. Now this, however, this guy is not going to be very hard. Because we don't need to give him special properties or anything, right? Because, well, look at him. He's rare, right? He's just huge. So what we're going to do, hopefully. Now, here's the problem. With the original Cloud Sword, what? Now, before I was rudely interrupted, we are going to do the sword, and it's going to be a little bit tricky because I don't know how. I don't know how I'm going to add the holes to it. I can possibly create an inside polygon, but then, but I could always, texture it or something. Anyway, we're making a very big sword. Almost, cloud style, so. Let's see here. We don't need any, we don't need to adjust it anyway, so it's fine. Let's convert to editable poly. And now we are going to work with the snap, I forgot. Back up before I turned it into an editable poly. Need to actually make segments. It's not the segments I need. No. There's the segments I need. This should do it fine. And since it's going to be a double, should I make it a double ender? Should I make it a double sword, or should I just make it a one-sided sword? We're going to make it a one-sided, so we're going to make it true and behold to the original, I guess. Yeah. Okay, let's do it. Alright, so that. Now we convert to an editable poly. We had to add height segments, so there's vertices we can use to actually turn the thing sharp, so we can make the blade sharp, so we can make the blade end because it's pretty difficult to make a ended blade. Taking reference points from my original sword here, so that should be good. Thick back end. Yeah, okay, yeah, that should be good. Now, do. Now we have to do this. Making the cloud sword without the circles, which would be extremely hard anyways, is almost easy, and I say that in the most realistic sense. It's almost easy because all you have to do is do like the vertices, and if you decided, oh, I'm going to make it so it's all the way down and it doesn't cut off, then that's fine too, but we're going to see what it looks like when it's cut off. So we don't want that because I'll just move them. We want this. This will cause it to go into a blade formation, which then we can do really fun stuff with it. And when I mean really fun stuff, I mean really fun stuff. So it looks like we might want to have the ends set up. Yeah. Okay. And there now. Because there's a polygon. The polygons are still there. We just made them extremely small. So what we're going to do is we're going to do something I like to do. You highlight the two vertices you got, and then you press connect. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, because it's a little bit weird that way. Like, sometimes you gotta make it so, like, they're almost completely on top of one another, and then you press connect, and then, like, it should be fine. If it doesn't, keep trying, because, like I said, 3ds Max is very fickle. Yeah. Is it weld? It's weld. I'm sorry. It's not connect. It's weld. You have to weld them together. I know that sounds like something you would hear from a dude who's like making some kind of vehicle type thing. But no, you have to weld it because then it gets rid of because then it literally deletes the vertices. It literally deletes the polygon and just creates one line, which is one vertice, which turns the entire polygon into a triangle. And that's what makes the blade face. That's what makes the face of the blade. So you just keep doing this, and you do it for every single vertice. And weld. And judging by it, I don't think we have any end-sided polygons since I didn't really change much in it. Weld. And it should pop out, and like if there is, it'll have a weird mesh to it. Like it'll look weird. You'll know it when you see it. Like normally it's just like it'll look like it's been like extremely smoothed out, but like if there's any kind of end-sided polygon, it'll show you. It'll tell you. Like it'll do a whole bunch of ridiculous things. Boom! Take a look back. See it for what it is. We have beautiful symmetry on that side too, which makes it awesome. Makes it perfect. But what we can do here, because it looks really weird, we can deselect this. We can select the original one. And we can do this. Yeah, so try and select all the vertices on that side of the entire thing. Like on that side of the corner. So we can do this. So we can end up literally like so we can end up literally shrinking it down so it fits, so it doesn't look off, if you can say that, like, so it doesn't look very off, and hopefully it doesn't break the square mesh, because sometimes it'll do that. Sometimes the vertices will like break it, and it's just like, no. Yeah, that's breaking the entire vertice, so I'm gonna have to do it for the entire thing. God damn it. Actually, I can do it for this, then this front side, and it'll look really weird for a second until I can fix it, but yeah. Oh, and I forgot these. So Turner, zoom in, go up, got those verts, get these. And now let's see how she pans out. Squeeze her in. Squeeze her out a bit. See if we can fix. Oh, wait. We botched it up again. So we're gonna have to get that, and then do this, and see if we can set it up so it doesn't end up breaking. Yeah, that'll actually work. Just squeeze it down a bit, and yeah, there you go. You got one solid thing here. Have it like that a bit, and then after, yeah, that should work. That would work. That's gonna work. So yeah, there you go. Now all you have to do for this part, because the sword is completed, partially, it's completed as far as I can complete it myself, since I still have to figure out a way to get the holes in it, but still, it's completed to the point. It's completed to the point where we need it to be completed. Let's just leave it at that. If you want, your sword may look different than mine. If you want, you can deselect the vertices on that one, pick up this one, and literally just take the verts and just narrow them down if you want it to. If you want it to look a bit skinnier, I'll take all of these, because the top one doesn't need to be selected, because it is a one vertice, so it'll just align with the rest of them. What you can do is you can do this, and it makes it look a little bit better. It makes it look like it was actually forged by someone, like someone actually literally forged it. Or you can go like that and make it a huge thing and just make it look ridiculous in size, and you just look at my ridiculous sword, blah blah blah. Or you can like have it ridiculousness and whatnot. But for the purposes of this, I'm going to thin it down a bit so that it looks. Actually, I just thinned it down back to where it was, so that's funny. But thin it down a smidgen like that, so it doesn't look like a freaking triangle poking out of the place. So it looks like, so it has some sword quality to it. And if you want, and the next step here is attaching it. Now I'm going to attach it. I'm going to get rid of this. Click on this. And you right click, and I'm going to try and find it. I may not find it on the first go. Hold on, where are you? There it is. You go to this, attach, and you go to that, and you click on the next object, and you can click on the next object until all your objects are attached and turned into one polygon. It's turned into one. 3 objects are now one object. This is one entire object. You can, if you press this, you can manipulate it like an object. You can manipulate it like any object. You can rotate it. whack, waka, 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 waka. You can rotate it, you can manipulate it in any way you see fit. Any way you see fit. And yeah. Yeah, that's how you create a sword. Now, a lot of you are gonna ask me, "Hey, can you show us the turbo shade?" And okay, I can show you the turbo shade, turbo smooth. So you go to T, and there's turbo smooth right there, and it'll show you exactly what it will look like if you turbo smooth it. Now, it looks like a literal crap. Like in some cases, it'll look like literal crap because like. The handle and this look fine. They look fine because they're one part, and the turbo shade made it look that way. But because this doesn't have as many polygons as the rest of them, it made it look weird. So what you can do is you can literally highlight the elements you want to be attached to the turbo smooth. And sometimes you can turbo smooth just the highlights. But in other cases, you're going to have to do that. Turbo smooth the one object. And then boom, that is turbo smooth to the object. Now, there's a reason why I put it on so heavily on this. Actually, did it turbo smooth? I don't think it did. Oh, it did. Okay. Now, you can have it go up, you can have it go down, you can have it do whatever the hell you want. Oh my goodness. That's way too much turbo smoothing. That's going to like tens of thousands. That's organic smoothing right there. Now, one is basically regular turbo smoothing. This makes it so that it's really smoothed out. Like you have it smoothed out. There's no way in hell. Okay, I'm going to show you a Timbit. This is going to be a Timbit. You go to this, and you go down to more, and you can find the poly counter. This tells you how many polygons you have at the time. Now, this object is capping out around 8,960. That is about 140 polygons away from those are polygons. Those are the polygons. Now they're counting them as triangles. If you count them as polygons, they're going to be the same, but you should count them. You should have them counted as triangles because it gives you a it indicates how many n-sided polygons you have, because n-sided polygons will not. Because squares will count them as squares regardless, but triangles, they will tell you there's an n-sided polygon in the area, like in your structure. There's no n-sided polygons here because I've made sure there's no n-sided polygons. So if you want to do that, I'm going to hold on. Delete. I'm going to delete that for a second. And then remember to always save your projects as like sword version V1, and then save it as that. And if you want to save another version of it as a turbo smooth, and then to make it permanent, you click on the modifier you want. As soon as you get it the way you want it, like for me, I want it at 2. I want it at 2 because I'm good like that. I'm awesome like that. Now you have it at 2. Now I want to point out something. This is how good turbo smooth is. You see this? Now from far away, it looks like it's literally connected to the thing because it's so smoothed out. Now if you want to keep this, you go to convert and you convert it to a polygon. And now it is a polygon. It is permanently like that. You cannot switch it. You cannot change it. If you want, you can change it back by pressing Z. But once you do something else to it, it's permanent. You can't change it back. Once you save it like that, it's saved like that. And then after, you can do attach it to that, and bam, you have your sword. You have your huge, looks like it belongs in a museum sword, and you can do all sorts of things. You can go in there. Now, I saved this separately before I did the turbo smooth, and there's a reason for it. We're going to screw that and go right back to the original file. No, I don't want to save it. Now there's a reason for it. You go in here, and this is what you're going to see. This is bad. This right here is bad. That's space of a polygon that should not be there. So what you're going to do, you're going to select it, and you're going to select this. And then you're going to try and select all these polygons because you want to get rid of these. Now, you want to get rid of them by pressing the remove button. You want to remove them. If you want, you can select them by you can select the object, get out of the frame. You can select the object and move it separately because they are still, even though they're one mesh, they're still different objects. So don't get confused by that. Since it comes down to here, we're going to do this. And there's no remove thing. So we're going to do we're going to do this. We're going to loop it. No, not loop it. I'm sorry. We're going to ring it. We're going to press this, loop it. I forgot. You can't do that on the same thing. It doesn't work. Does it ring work? No. Okay, so do that. Do 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 do. Now you're going to do all this, and what you're going to do is going to cause the object to freak out. And don't freak out if it does this. If it creates a hole because no one's going to see it, you're just getting rid of polygons that you can't use anyways. That you're not going to be using anyways unless you're planning on using it to like create some kind of secondary weapon onto it or something. All right, now you go down to here and you remove it, and poof, there you go. It will automatically set it up so it's filled. It will fill it in for you. So now all you have to do is I'm lucky I don't have to deal with this because I set it up properly. But if you didn't, you will see vertices pop up around this area. You will see vertices pop up around above it. If you see that, just get rid of them. There's a remove button for them too. You just highlight them and get rid of them. That's it. And now that we have that, you press this, you pop it back up there, and you set it up properly. Now, you never ever do this in advance. You always do it after you have set it up. Because if you do it in advance, you'll end up causing yourself a headache. Because if you do it in advance, you're gonna end up running into a problem. It's bound to freaking happen. You're gonna run into a problem, and then after you won't know what to do. You're not gonna know what to do. You're not going to know what to do about it. So after all this, you select the object, like you stop that, you just select it, and then after you go to turbo smooth, and you turbo smooth it, and you check, you make sure it smooths in right. And it looks like it does. It looks like it's smoothed in properly. Players aren't gonna care about the little things that don't make it look proper. Nothing is ever proper. It's never perfect. So you go to polys, you convert it into a poly. Then after you attach it, to that, and congratulations, you created a sword. You have created a sword you can use in like Skyrim and whatnot, and a whole bunch of other things. Now, one thing I wanted to show you is a lot of art majors will go, well, you can't really do it without knowing freaking types of like distances and whatnot, how it will look. Now, This does it for you. Now, if you go like this, the blade is going to look really small and really short, and the handle is going to look really big. But if you do it like this, the blade is going to look really big, and the handle is going to look really small. If you do it like this, you see what it would actually, you see the regular definition of it because you're on the left side. You can be on the back, the right, the front. It doesn't matter. It's always going to change, but it's always going to remain the same geometry. This has been Yiffy from Reaper Games. If you like this video, rate, comment, subscribe, whatever you people do to do your thing. And also, if you want more of these, I do not have a lot of money. This is partially a hobby. If you want more of these videos, if you want me to help you more full time, take 5 seconds out of your day and click on the thing. You don't even have to look at the damn thing. You can click on it, exit it. That's it. It adds to what I would get from YouTube. That's it. That's how easy it is. And don't go, oh, you're money whoring. If you want me to do more videos more quickly, like every day or something, I'm going to need an incentive to actually do it. I can't spend my entire day doing these videos for you people, and then after I can't make any money, I can't make something out of it so I can pay my bills and whatnot. Alright? It's not that I want money, it's the main fact that I want to, like, if I wanted to, I could create a horrible video just for you. I do not care. Windows. Like I said, this isn't about money. This is just about, I need the money. I need a way to support myself so I can make you guys videos all the time. And that's all I'm asking. Just take 5 seconds out of your day. Click the little ad thing in the window or something. Watch the ad, and then I'll get money, and then that money in turn will be used for better equipment and better stuff and better programs, and me learning more stuff so I can teach you the easy way to learn stuff, and so you guys can learn more stuff. In the next video or videos, depending on if I decide to cut and do all this stuff to this video, in the next video of videos, I will be teaching you how to create a object car or just something from a blueprint. This is literally from your head. Like, you can create like 1,000 of these just because you decided, okay, well, it's something easy for you to do. And also, I have an announcement. I will be setting up after this video, every video I will put in a small demo video of an assignment you guys can do. This is just something you can do to improve your skills. The link to the program will be in the description below. If you have any questions about how it didn't work, send me a screenshot and a message, and I'll try and help you any way I can. I'll try and tell you how to do it, or if you want, I can try and make a video on how to fix certain things if enough people run into that problem. Remember, N-side polygons bad. Polygons you don't use are also bad. Polygons for weapons, there's a certain polygon limit. For weapons, anything under the entirety of, I guess, 20,000. 30,000 is the most you can use for any given weapon. For any given weapon, it's 30,000. So if you're under 30,000, you're good. You're safe. If you're over it, then do something about it. But yeah, 30,000. Anything under it is fine. Like, see, I haven't even hit the 30,000 range. Actually, is that wrong? No, that's right. I think. No, that's right. Yeah, 30,000 polygons. That's your limit. But the minimum should be 10,000. The minimum should be 10,000 polygons for your stuff. This has been Yiffy. I'll see you later.